Welcome back to our journey through the Psalms. We have traveled through lament and confession, through dark valleys and desperate prayers. Now we continue into a section filled with some of the Psalter's most powerful expressions of trust. These psalms were often written in moments of danger. David hiding in caves, fleeing from enemies, surrounded by those who sought his life. And yet, from these dark places come some of the brightest declarations of faith. Let us continue. Psalms 56 to 59. Songs from the Cave, Psalm 56 was written when the Philistines seized David in Gath. He was surrounded by enemies, and yet, when I'm afraid, I put my trust in you. In God, whose word I praise, in God I trust, I shall not be afraid. What can flesh do to me? Notice that the psalmist does not deny fear. When I am afraid, not if. Fear is real, but trust is the response to fear. There is a tender verse. You have kept count of my tossings. Put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book? God keeps track of our sleepless nights, our shed tears. Nothing is lost. Psalm 57 begins, Be merciful to me, O God, be merciful to me, for in you my soul takes refuge. In the shadow of your wings I will take refuge till the storms of destruction pass by. This was written when David hid in a cave from Saul, and from that cave, My heart is steadfast, O God, my heart is steadfast. I will sing and make melody. Awake, my glory, awake, O harp and lyre, I will awake the dawn, singing in a cave, making melody while hiding for your life. The music starts before the sun rises. Psalm 58 cries against unjust judges. Psalm 59 prays for deliverance from prowling enemies. But God laughs at them, and the psalmist will sing of his strength. Psalms 60 to 63. Longing for God. Psalm 61 prays from the ends of the earth. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. I cannot save myself. I need something higher, something I cannot attain by my own effort. Lead me there. Psalm 62 is pure trust. For God alone my soul waits in silence. From Him comes my salvation. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. 3 times alone appears. God alone, only God. The soul waits in silence, not anxious striving, but quiet waiting. Psalm 63 comes from the wilderness, the desert of Judah. From this desolate place comes passionate love for God. O God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you, as in a dry and weary land where there is no water. Because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. Better than life itself. The psalmist has found something more precious still. Psalms 64 to 68. From complaint to celebration. Psalm 64 describes enemies whose words are like swords and arrows. But God will shoot them with His own arrow, and all humanity will fear and declare what He has done. Psalm 65 turns to praise for God's provision. You crown the year with your bounty. Your wagon tracks overflow with abundance. The pastures of the wilderness overflow. The hills gird themselves with joy. The meadows clothe themselves with flocks. The valleys deck themselves with grain. They shout and sing together for joy. This is creation itself praising. Hills girded with joy, valleys shouting and singing. The natural world celebrates its Creator. Psalm 66 calls all the earth to shout for joy to God. Come and see what God has done. He is awesome in His deeds toward the children of man. The psalm moves from cosmic praise to personal testimony. Come and hear, all you who fear God. and I will tell what he has done for my soul. Psalm 67 is a blessing, a prayer that God's face would shine upon his people, that his way would be known on earth, his saving power among all nations. Let the peoples praise you, O God. Let all the peoples praise you. Psalm 68 is one of the longest and most majestic in the Psalter. It describes God arising, his enemies scattering, the wicked perishing like smoke. But the righteous are glad. They exult before God and are jubilant with joy. Father of the fatherless and protector of widows is God in his holy habitation. God settles the solitary in a home. He leads out the prisoners to prosperity. This is the character of God, not distant and uncaring, but a father to orphans, a protector of widows, a homemaker for the lonely, a liberator of prisoners. The psalm describes a great procession into the sanctuary. Singers, musicians, young women playing tambourines. Blessed be the Lord who daily bears us up. God is our salvation. Psalm 69, the suffering servant. Psalm 69 is one of the most frequently quoted psalms in the New Testament. It describes suffering in vivid, overwhelming terms. Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck. I sink in deep mire where there is no foothold. I have come into deep waters, and the flood sweeps over me. I am weary with my crying out. My throat is parched. My eyes grow dim with waiting for my God. Drowning, sinking, no foothold. The images capture desperation completely. The sufferer is hated without cause, attacked by those who would destroy him. Reproaches have broken my heart, so that I am in despair. I looked for pity, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none. Then come verses that would be fulfilled at the cross. They gave me poison for food, and for my thirst they gave me sour wine to drink. The psalm calls for judgment on enemies. Difficult verses that express the sufferer's anguish, but it ends with praise. For the Lord hears the needy, and does not despise his own people who are prisoners. Psalms 70 to 71. Urgent prayer and lifelong faith. Psalm 70 is brief and urgent. Make haste, O God, to deliver me. O Lord, make haste to help me. There is no time for elaborate prayer. Danger is immediate. Help is needed now. Psalm 71 is the prayer of an elderly person looking back on a lifetime of faith and forward to death approaching. In you, O Lord, do I take refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Upon you I have leaned from before my birth. You are he who took me from my mother's womb. My praise is continually of you. The psalmist's trust began before conscious memory. God was there at the very beginning. Do not cast me off in the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength is spent. This is the fear of aging, that when we are weak, when we need help most, we will be abandoned. The psalmist brings this fear to God. O God, from my youth you have taught me, and I still proclaim your wondrous deeds. So even to old age and gray hairs, O God, do not forsake me, until I proclaim your might to another generation, your power to all those to come. Here is purpose in old age, to pass on the story, to tell the next generation what God has done. The elderly are not obsolete but essential witnesses. Psalm 72, the King of Peace. Psalm 72 concludes the second book of the Psalter with a vision of the ideal king, a ruler who brings justice and peace. Give the king your justice, O God, and your righteousness to the royal son. May he judge your people with righteousness and your poor with justice. The psalm prays for a king who defends the cause of the poor, delivers the children of the needy, and crushes the oppressor. Under his reign, righteousness flourishes and peace abounds until the moon is no more. May he have dominion from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. The vision expands to universal scope. All kings bow before him. All nations serve him. For he delivers the needy when he calls, the poor and him who has no helper. He has pity on the weak and the needy, and saves the lives of the needy. From oppression and violence he redeems their life, and precious is their blood in his sight. This is the dream of good government, rulers who care for the vulnerable, who see the blood of the poor as precious. Human kings always fell short, but the vision remained, pointing forward to a king who would finally fulfill it. May his name endure forever, his fame continue as long as the sun. May people be blessed in him, all nations call him blessed. The psalm ends with a doxology. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, who alone does wondrous things. Blessed be his glorious name forever. May the whole earth be filled with his glory. Amen and amen. And then a note. The prayers of David, the son of Jesse, are ended. We have reached the end of the second book of Psalms. Closing. We have journeyed from the caves where David hid to the throne room where the ideal king reigns. We have heard songs of fear transformed into trust, cries from the wilderness that became declarations of love, urgent prayers, and lifelong testimonies. These psalms teach us that faith does not eliminate difficulty but transforms our relationship to it. The cave is still dark, but there is singing. The wilderness is still dry, but there is longing. The enemies are still prowling, but there is laughter in heaven. In our next chapter, we will enter Book 3 of the Psalter, encountering new voices and new struggles, including Psalm 73, that great wrestling with the prosperity of the wicked. Until then, may you find refuge in the shadow of God's wings. May you discover that his steadfast love is better than life. And may you, whether young or old, have stories to tell the next generation. Thank you for listening.